Hi, I'm Kamel Fisher, and you're watching the Sequire Spotlight. We are live at the LD Micro Invitational here at the Four Seasons Hotel in Westlake Village, California. With me, I have CEO Leslie Buttorff, and she is with Panacea Life Sciences Holdings, Inc., with the ticker PLSH. Leslie, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Happy to have you, and so excited to hear more about Panacea. But before we do that, how are you enjoying the conference?
Oh, it's been great. I've met a lot of new people. This is one of my first conferences, so it's good to be here.
Wonderful. You chose the right one to make your penultimate or inaugural because, we're just out of the pandemic, and so everyone is just happy, I think, to be socializing again. So straight into Panacea Life Sciences Holdings, what is this company about? Fill us in.
Yeah, sure. So we started in 2018. We're a cannabinoid company, which means we take the hemp plant, and if you know anything about the hemp plant, it has 110 different cannabinoids. And THC and CBD are two of the well-known ones.
Right.
But we're focusing on other cannabinoids and what kind of health medicines we can provide to people.
Awesome. Can you detail what those different options look like?
Sure. So within Panacea, we start with a farm, and we have the hemp. The hemp comes into our facility in Golden, Colorado, and then we do extraction of the hemp, and then we get to production, formulation, and then fulfillment. So some of those other cannabinoids other than CBD would be like CBG. It's known good for irritable bowel syndrome, for example. THCV is another one where we're focusing on for appetite suppressant. CBDA, there's some studies that show that that particular cannabinoid molecule would prevent COVID from entering cells. So there's a lot of exciting things going on with
That is very
cannabinoids.
exciting. Yeah, the fact that it can, have an impact on getting rid of COVID, from what it sounds like, right?
Or preventing it.
Preventing it entirely. Right. Wow, that's very interesting. What are the main strengths of the company?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we have the farm, and we go all the way from the farming to fulfillment. So that's one. If you look at a lot of the other CBD companies, they don't have the breadth that we do to manage that whole value chain from start to finish. The other thing is we have a research arm that we started at Colorado State University. And within this research arm, we're doing a lot of clinical research of how different cannabinoids can help people.
Excellent. What can you tell us about any exciting new products on the horizon, if you haven't yet touched on it?
Yeah, we've got one interesting one, I think, and the research is with the Anschutz Foundation and also some of our business partners in Dubai, is a women's health product. And it's a suppository for pelvic pain.
Wow.
And so we're starting this research with that product. It took us about 6 months to produce, but we are now rolling it out for the research. Another one on the other extreme is we came up with a horse paste that we've sent out to a lot of stables that help horses with different joint ailments and also anxiety.
Wonderful. The management team is obviously imperative to have in deploying your strategies. Who are they, and what do they bring to the table?
Yeah, so we've got 6, along with our board, we have 6 key people. We've got a mixture of IT, so we want to have a good system backbone for our company so we can roll out to large customers. That's one. We've got a scientific arm. And so within that science, we've got PhD scientists, and then advertising and marketing and sales specialists. So those are the key individuals.
Wonderful.
Jamie Baumgartner is a PhD. Nick Kavar is our sales. Jordan Buttorff, who's my son, does the IT. We've got 2 wonderful board members that help us along.
Excellent. So as a female CEO, I'm always curious to hear more about where you started, what the background is, and why this space.
Yeah, it's an interesting story, but I'll try to shortcut it. So I had my background was in engineering, always been sort of in a man's environment. and then got into management consulting, worked for Electronic Data Systems, which was Ross Perot's old company, and was in charge of energy and chemicals, utilities division there. Then I started my own company that was focused on SAP implementations, and through that did a lot of consolidation in the utilities industry. From that, being in Colorado, which is the home of marijuana.
Right. Besides LA, I think.
Well, LA followed Colorado.
Oh, they did? Okay.
But we started with a product called ERPC, which is a seed to sale software platform for SAP. That led me to learn about the marijuana plant, the hemp plant, and I eventually made investments in the hemp plant. And at the same time, my mother had a skiing accident and broke her pelvis and was in a lot of pain, so started taking opiates, then went to medical marijuana, but she didn't like being high. And then from that, we found CBD, and it really helped her, and she's been on that ever since. So
Wonderful.
it just gave me a big motivation to see how this wonderful plant can help people.
Amazing, really, really interesting. So tell us more about any partnerships you're involved in or M&As that are coming up or are currently underway or have just recently been closed.
Yeah, so given the capacity we have in our building, we have a lot of partnerships with other CBD companies, other nutraceutical companies. We're looking for M&A activity in companies that are distressed, that have customers, but need a manufacturer like we can do. So that's going on. We've recently have partnerships and developed some products for the Dubai and some of the other UAE countries. So we're getting into that globally, and also Brazil and some Latin American countries. We're also promoting that. So we've got some really great partnerships going on.
Wonderful. Have you guys finalized earnings as yet, or do you want to just touch on some kind of bottom line performance summary?
So what we plan to do this year, 2020, we were up to around $10 million in revenue. We took a hit in 2021 due to COVID, and a lot of the companies that we were serving in manufacturing went out of business. But we're building it back up this year and hope to be profitable as well this year. And we're planning on a major an uplist to a stock exchange this year, assuming the market cooperates, which it hasn't so far.
I know, right? And on that topic, multiple things coming into play just as we try to balance out, the quantitative tightening. There's rate hikes, talk of inflation, and we're seeing it, in fact, in reality. How has that impacted the nature of your business?
Well, I think one thing is the CBD business has definitely been impacted by that because in some respects it's more of a luxury good, where if people are not taking it for health reasons, they may be taking it as anxiety or something like that. So that's why we're pivoting to get into some other markets that are still growing, like the nutraceutical market, and spending a lot of time that we have in the research in other countries.
Wonderful. Any closing remarks, and of course, where we can find more information?
Sure. So our products, we have these great products. We have 5 different brands. You can find them on www.panacealife.com, and we have all sorts of specials and things that you can buy the product. In terms of our stock ticker, I think you mentioned that, and we're looking to really expand our retail base since we just did go public last June. So we have a lot of work to do on the shareholder side.
Wonderful. So this is definitely a step in the right direction, being with us here on the Sequire Spotlight. And of course, reach out to our teams at Sequire for any of your platform media needs, because we're
on the platform.
We're on the platform. I'm the VP of the platform, but we do have amazing solutions that can help you further your story.
Yes.
So I would, if you're not doing it already, I highly recommend just.
No, we have a lot more we can do.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good. So let's further the conversation and help you, move things along.
Yeah, appreciate your help.
Of course.
And
Otherwise,
thanks for having me.
Lovely to chat with you. This is the Sequire Spotlight. Stay tuned.